Hi learners! Did you know that Philippines is a culturally diverse country with an estimated of 14 to 17 million indigenous peoples belonging to 110 ethno-linguistic groups? And home to quite a number of these ethnic groups are Visayas and the region of MIMAROPA. It is interesting to note that even if these ethnic groups are subjected to the same kind of climate and use similar indigenous materials, they can still create or produce varying examples of arts and crafts, some of which are very similar, while others are unique and distinctive indigenous products of their ethnic group. Each ethnic group has its own traditional costumes. Some ethnic groups have similar attires, while some have unique and distinct costumes. In this discussion, we'll be talking about personal ornaments, attires, or costumes of the ethnic groups in MIMAROPA and Visayas. Hello again, learners. I'm currently here in a gallery, and let's explore the traditional costumes and attires of the different ethnic groups of MIMAROPA and Visayas. First, let's go and explore the traditional costumes, personal ornaments of Mangyans. Mangyans are one of the biggest ethnic groups in Mindoro. They are composed of 8 different subgroups, namely Alangan, Bangon, Buhid, Hanuno, Iraya, Patanjong, Tadyawan, and Tagabukid. Just like the ethnic groups in Cordillera, they have unique communal characteristics and varying clothing traditions, though living near each other.
One Mangyan subgroup is the Hanunuo Mangyan. According to the Mangyan Heritage Center, Hanunuo Mangyan is the largest of the Mangyan subgroups and is arguably the most well-known. The Hanunuo Mangyans can be easily recognized because of their indigo-colored garments decorated with beaded bracelets and necklaces. The men of this ethnic group traditionally wear a loincloth, just like the most Mangyan men. They top it with a shirt called balukas. Hanunuo women wear a skirt, which they make using a textile called ramit, and pair it with a blouse called lambung. Both sexes wear a rattan belt called hagkos. Their bags are made of buri and nito, which is a forest plant indigenous to the area. The decorative design patterns called pakudos of the Hanunuo are composed of simple geometric lines. These patterns start off with a cross that branches out to other lines that are perpendicular to each other. These are used to decorate many Mangyan crafts and products.
We're done exploring the traditional costumes and attires of the Mangyans. Now, let's proceed to the next ethnic group still in MIMAROPA, the Tagbanwas. The Tagbanwa is one of the earliest ethnic group in the island of Malawi.
The Tagbanwa traditional attire is made of bark that was beaten and softened to produce the fibers, which would be used for weaving. The men traditionally wear loincloths, while the women wear wraparound skirts. Though their clothing is relatively simple, they make up for it with their accessories. The men wear bracelets and earplugs that are carved out of wood, while the women wear beaded necklaces and metal anklets.
It is very evident that the ethnic tribes in MIMAROPA, such as the Mangyans and Tagbanwas, have unique and distinct set of costumes and attires. Now, let's move on to the traditional attire that we have here in Visayas.
If the women of the lowlands in Luzon have their barot saya, The women of the Visayas region have their kimona and patanjong. The kimona is a loose blouse with loose-fitting sleeves. It is traditionally made of cotton and is worn every day. Some are made of pineapple fibers, which are light and translucent, similar to that of the barong, and are also worn for formal events. It is often accompanied by the patanjong, which is a wrap-around skirt that is tied or rolled around the waist. It comes in bright and colorful variations with patterns of checkered and plaid. The patanjong is traditionally made of fabric called the hablon. The hablon is a colorful hand-woven fabric. Though it is found all over the Visayas, it is considered one of Iloilo's most popular regional products. The word hablon is derived from the Hiligaynon term habol, which means to weave. It is made of cotton, abaca, or pineapple fibers. It is also used to make a scarf, a shawl, and a wraparound that can be used to hold an infant.
The Patanjong, Kimona, and Hablon are not only our distinct costumes and attires or personal ornaments in Visayas, but also we, the people of Visayas, are known for this body ornamentation, which is tattoo. Tattoo is a type of ornamentation that was prevalent throughout the archipelago before the arrival of the Spanish colonizers. These were a common and accepted kind of body ornamentations. When the Spaniards arrived in the Philippines, many of our ancestors had tattoos that covered their whole bodies because of this. The country was nicknamed La Isla de los Pintados, or the Island of the Painted Ones.
When the Spaniards arrived in the Philippines, many of our ancestors had tattoos that covered their whole bodies. Because of this, the country was nicknamed La Isla de los Pintados, or the Island of the Painted Ones. The Pintados are tattooed indigenous people in the Visayas. The tattooing designs and processes used by the Pintados differ, but the reason is the same: to prove one's courage. The male Pintados tattoo themselves from their ankles to the neck. The symmetry in the design is evident, especially the ones on the torso. The women mostly tattoo the back of their hands with intricate and detailed designs such as flowers. These designs have symbolisms and representations. This body art, also found with those ethnic groups like the Kalingas and the Ifgaos, is considered as tattoo symbols. Since the process of getting a tattoo is quite agonizing, it was thought that only the bravest and the strongest can withstand the pain. Like that of the communities in Mountain Province, the Pintados considered tattoos as recognitions of a warrior's accomplishments in the field of battle. Today, the Pintados are remembered through the annual Pintados Festival celebrated in June in Tacloban City, Leyte. Street dancers are painted with tattoo designs and parade the city in honor of the region's pre-Hispanic history and the Santo Niño.